Hello my friends, this is Linol Anderson here with you guys with a brand new YouTube BitChute video, and in today's video we're going to be looking at a couple more of these end time prophecies that appear to be manifesting themselves within our reality as we speak. Alright, we're going to be giving you guys an update on the Red Heifer Sacrifice. That's right. There's that prophecy about the third temple being rebuilt in Jerusalem there. And according to that prophecy, those red heifers need to be sacrificed. Well, they have the red heifers in Jerusalem. They've been there past year or two? And now there's some leaked information saying that it could possibly happen this Passover, which is next month in April. So we're going to be looking at that, seeing if there's anything to that. Is this actually going to take place? I got a cool video to show you guys. And then, hey, we're going to switch over to a Hopi prophecy. Yeah, about a prophecy about a man in a red hat coming to usher in this age of purification, or this event called the Purification. So we're going to look at who's this man in the red hat. Is it me? Well, you'll have to stick around to see. Alright, so let's just get into it, my friends. So before we do, just encourage you guys to hit that subscribe button. As I say, subscribe to survive. And smash the like button as well. Helps old Lionel out with the algorithms. And now let's stop wasting time. Let's just get right into it, shall we? So, we first have to start talking about these red heifers. Okay? I've been following this stuff for a long time now. And, this is very crazy stuff because according to that prophecy, it's all connected to this Antichrist situation. Because apparently it's going to be the Jewish Messiah to sit in the rebuilt third temple. And according to the Christians, they think that the Jewish Messiah is the Antichrist, right? Because they don't believe in Jesus and this and that. Okay, either way, it's a huge prophecy for all the Abrahamic religions. And it's going to start popping things off, right? These end times events. Now, I want to make it very clear, especially before I show you the video I'm about to show you, because the bloke in the video, he does have some good content, but he's a very Christian fellow, says you need Jesus as your Lord and Savior. But just in case there's new people watching my channel, just know I ain't no Christian, okay? My take on this specific prophecy is this is a self-fulfilling Zionist prophecy that's taken place. My view is very clear. I believe a combination of AI and secret societies gave you your Bible. They give you all the religions to control you, and they put in these events a long time ago, and then they fulfill them themselves. And it's a way to usher control over people and bring in these resets, and they're very ritualistic. It's a big ritual what they're doing, okay? So for me, I think the solution, if you want to be saved from this, is Christ, but not Jesus Christ, who I believe is an antichrist in himself, but I believe it's Christ consciousness. You want to seek enlightenment and raise your frequency and go on a better timeline for yourself, but you must save yourself. Ain't nobody come to save you. That's the deception that religion has put forth, okay? So that's just my take, but hey, you're free to believe whatever you want about these prophecies and whatever your faith is. I'm just letting you know my view since it's on my channel, and we're going to be touching on this a little bit later as well. But I just wanted to give you that heads up before we get into the video. But yeah, so they're saying that this is going to happen around Passover. Now, keep in mind, this is leaked information that hasn't been confirmed yet, but there's a high probability it will happen at this Passover or possibly further in 2025, but probably in 2025 because these red heifers are now at the age to be sacrificed, and any older they get, they could get a blemish, and if they get a blemish, well, then it's all off, and who knows when they're going to find red heifers again and all this stuff. So they're probably going to want to do this year, okay? They can't let any more time waste, and there's so many things that are showing now is the time. So I'm going to show you the video now. It's a long video. It's 9 minutes long, okay? So you guys are going to have to wait 9 minutes to see old Heidel again. But I'll have some more stuff to add once it's over, and then we're going to get into the Hopi prophecy, all right? So before I show you that, I'm just going to do my quick plug, a shout out to my sponsors down at OWELI. My friends, OWELI 10 shrooms. You got over 10 different mushrooms, medicinal mushrooms, that is, like lion's mane, chaga, cordyceps, and shiitake, and all those great mushrooms. They're great for energy, boosting the immune system. It could even help with detoxification. Medicinal mushrooms has effects on the pineal gland and everything. It's great, and hey, you may as well throw some sea moss in there while you're at it too. This supplement has sea moss, bladderwhack, and burdock, which will make up all 102 essential minerals. And again, great for immune system, energy, detoxification, and it's just a multi-mineral, multivitamin, and it's vital for health. So hey, best supplements around. Of course, speak to your doctors or whatever, or medical health professionals if you have any questions or concerns, research it. But I highly recommend it anyways. So links are down below in the description, and I even have a coupon code for 15% off in the United States and free shipping. So if you want to put your health first and you're looking to enhance your health and also support my channel at the same time, well, the link is down below in the description. Alright, my friends, so I'm going to show you that video, and then we'll have a little discussion about it, and we'll get to the Hopi, okay? Take a look.
Very soon we will all see the building of the third temple in Jerusalem.
The table of showbread is ready. The menorah is ready. All of the golden pieces are ready. The third temple is ready.
Just recently, the Sanhedrin, a Jewish religious authority, has called all Jews around the world to return to the Holy Land, and they should be ready to build the third temple.
It is finally happening, guys. Jerusalem has officially announced that they are building the third Solomon temple. If this happens, the prophecy of the second coming of Jesus has now officially begun. Now, this update was given to us by Israel Heritage Foundation, where they basically run all the religious operations. And now they've announced something so big that the entire world is now terrified to see what's going to be happening next.
That very soon we will all see the building of the third temple in Jerusalem.
The table of showbread is ready.
Oh my God.
The menorah is ready. All of the golden pieces are ready. The third temple is ready.
Our job to bring and to build the third temple.
They're also planning to slaughter 5 red cows. That paves the way for the building of the third temple, replacing the Dome of the Rock.
The red heifers imported from Texas in 2022 are now 3 years old, which means they are ready for a purification ritual according to the Torah. This makes them eligible for the ceremony needed for the third temple preparation. But why the Jews are very silent about it? Well, actually, they're not silent. The leak information from the Temple Institute officials. The Red Heifer ceremony will take place in the Passover holiday 2025.
So it's going to happen in holiday of 2025. Before we head further and learn about the third temple, for those of you who don't know about the red heifers, and according to the scriptures from the Torah, Bible, as well as Quran, and also the Jewish culture, it is already prophesied 5 red heifers will be sacrificed before building the third Solomon temple. And before this happens, God already said there will be red cows that are going to be born somewhere in the world. And luckily, this ended up happening in Texas, which was then informed to the Christian authorities, and they informed it to Jerusalem, and they examined this cow, and it seems like it matches the exact descriptions as to what is mentioned in the Bible's end times prophecy, that there will be these cows that are born, and these cows are going to be used in order to sacrifice them in this place where they're basically going to kill the cows, they're going to burn it, and they're going to use the ashes of these cows in order to cleanse all the tools which are going to be used in order to build the third temple. Now, without cleansing the tools with these ashes, you cannot build the third temple. So now that you've gotten this part of the story, let's go ahead and take a look at what they have to say further on.
Just recently, the Sanhedrin, a Jewish religious authority, has called all Jews around the world to return to the Holy Land, and they should be ready to build the third temple.
And we have passed it, that all Jews around the world have an obligation, I feel right now, to do whatever is in their power to come to Eretz Yisrael, and that is the mitzvah of the Torah, and that is...
So it seems like they're giving time for all the Israelis around the world so that they're informing them in advance, so that no matter what kind of situation you're going through in the world, they are supposed to be present for this event that's going to be taking place all around the world. So they are supposed to travel back to Israel, to Jerusalem, in order to witness one of the most important prophecies that is now taking place, in order to, you can also say, as activate the second coming of Christ. Because according to the scriptures, only when this Passover happens, we will be beginning the revelation period. That's where Antichrist is going to be showing up.
The Sanhedrin has also called for global participation in the rebuilding of the Third Temple.
Oh, they even call him Putin.
They have reached out to world leaders, including Russian President Vladimir Putin and the current U.S. President Donald Trump, urging them to support the rebuilding the Third Temple. Not only that, the Sanhedrin has reached out to the Arab world, especially those descended from Ishmael, inviting them to join in the rebuilding of the Third Temple. This invitation is inspired by Isaiah's prophecy, which says the sons of Ishmael will bring gifts and support the temple's construction.
So the sons of Ishmael, for those of you guys who don't know, they are the Middle East guys. They are basically the Middle Eastern guys, and according to the scriptures, the sons of Ishmael will visit Israel on this event, and they'll also bring a lot of gifts in order to share the happiness that's going to take place, where they're going to be sacrificing the red heifers and beginning the final days of revelation. That it is the second coming of Christ himself.
But the Arab world didn't respond very well. The relationship between Arab countries and Israel has been quite strained recently.
That's where the issue is.
Even countries that had normalized relations with Israel, like the UAE, are facing internal and regional pressure due to the ongoing conflict. However, the construction of Third Temple had actually begun months ago in secret.
So that's the thing, right? Israel never really told us about this information, but it seems like they've already started building this stuff in a very secretive way, because obviously it's going to be very controversial if they kind of reveal this information. There is going to be like massive outscale war, and obviously I think that's probably why there was like Israel war that took place right now as well. And that's also part of the prophecies, right? The prophecy has already been fulfilled. Israel already destroyed Gaza. They took over everything, and they are now in control of the mountaintop where Al-Aqsa Mosque is present, as well as the Jerusalem is present. So in order to build this temple, what's interesting is that they need to destroy the Al-Aqsa Mosque, and that's not going to be favored by most of the Arabs as well as most of the Muslims around the world, because this eventually means that they will have to break the Mosque of Muhammad, and that's not something the Muslims are going to take lightly. And this is definitely going to be causing like a major outscale war as well, and this could eventually start a full-scale World War III as well. So this, of course, a major possibility if they start building the Third Temple after destroying the Al-Aqsa, but then it seems like they're doing it in a very secretive way, so we don't know how things are going to work out.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Blackwoods, or whatever your name is, but or Blakewoods. But yeah, I just had to say, I know that's a big belief that the Al-Aqsa Mosque has to get torn down, and I used to believe that for the longest time too, and it's still very possible that could happen, because end of the day, they want a holy war, and that'd definitely be one way of getting it, right? But there is another possibility now laid out, that there may actually be able to build the Third Temple and still have the Al-Aqsa Mosque where it is. And just the fact they've already begun building and they haven't torn it down yet, that's a very real possibility, and I'll tell you why. Because there's an agenda for a one world religion. We know they want to combine the Abrahamic religions, so that's combining Islam with Judaism and Christianity to merge into a one world religion. They even have that Chrislam or something that they've been pushing and everything, right? So, you know, that is an agenda, and I even have a video right here that I made on the Ark of the Covenant, okay? And in that video, we talk about the very real possibility, and I even show some predictive programming and some even evidence that they say it is possible that they are going to build that Third Temple with the Al-Aqsa Mosque still. So that's another way of looking at things. Only time will tell, but I just thought I should put that out there because I find it interesting that they're already beginning building in secret, you know, but still the Al-Aqsa isn't down yet. So just putting out there another perspective, okay? Continue on, my man.
But as of now, they don't have a very good relationship with the Arabs, and that's something that a
But
lot
they
of
did
people
not
are
expose it
concerned
on the
about.
internet. They have learned that since they brought 5 red heifer to the Holy Land, they have captured the attention of Muslim, not only in Palestine and Middle East, but also around the world.
That's true. A lot of Muslims are keeping an eye out because they might end up destroying the Al-Aqsa Mosque anytime, any second. And that's going to start a full-scale war, like I said, because Muslims don't want this place destroyed. Christians and the Jews and everybody, they're just looking forward to it, because only if the third temple gets built, that's when the second coming of Christ is going to begin. So that's something that Ezekiel already prophesied, that he has already seen, that the third temple is going to get built no matter what. So that's eventually going to happen. And he also prophesied that Israel is going to be on a massive war where they will win the war. At the same time, they'll also be losing the war, and they will once again get chased out of their country. But then God will make them win this war, and they will get back to their place, and they will finally get their promised land. And this is where the most scariest prophecy is coming true, because it seems like, according to the prophecy, Israel is going to be taking support of some major nation, and the leader that's going to be supporting Israel in order to build this third temple is going to be controlled by the Antichrist, or he could be the Antichrist himself, and he's just going to play this role of being a best friend with Israel. And after they've completed the construction of the third temple, that's when he's going to come to power. And then there's going to be a new world order where the entire world is going to bow down to this one leader. And apparently there is not going to be any government left. There's not going to be any countries that are split up. It's just going to be like one government and then one leader. And this one guy, he is going to reveal himself as the Antichrist, and he's going to call himself as the God. He's going to sit on the throne inside the third Solomon temple, and that's what the prophecy says. Now, the interesting part is that Zionist Jews have already confirmed that they are going to be starting up the third temple's construction very soon in the holidays of 2025, and this is apparently the red heifers that they're going to be sacrificing. This is like the baby pigs of the red heifers. And for a lot of people who don't understand what's really going to be happening with the prophecies coming true, this is going to start the revelation period that's mentioned in the Bible. One of the most scariest parts of the entire Bible is the revelation, because what's going to happen in this time is the most deadliest time period to ever be alive if you're not saved by the Lord and Savior. Now, Trump's secretary Pete Hegseth also recently spoke about the third temple, which is going to be rebuilt in Jerusalem, and he called it as the next Israel annexation of the West Bank. With Trump in charge as the president, Hegseth declared that Israel should do what needs to be done, which means that Trump is in full support in order to build this third temple. Now, that's what's scary, because we never know, because according to the scriptures, it seems like the person who's going to be supporting Israel in order to build the temple is going to be Antichrist. Now, of course, there are going to be many different nations that's going to support, but then we don't exactly know who that Antichrist is until he reveals himself. But take a look at what his secretary has to say about the situation.
And today, Jennifer and I and others had a chance to go see the western wall of the Temple Mount, the western wall tunnels, so much of the old city. And as you stand there, you can't help but behold the miracle before you. And it got me thinking about another miracle that I hope all of you don't see too far away. Because 1917 was a miracle. 1948 was a miracle. 1967 was a miracle. 2017, the declaration of Jerusalem as the capital was a miracle. And there's no reason why the miracle of the reestablishment of the temple on the Temple Mount is not possible.
That is true. That is true. If all of these things have already come true, then why wouldn't this happen as well?
Well, how do you like that, eh, my friends? So, all very interesting stuff. It's all coming together now, what you say. It's going to happen, okay? These Zionists have an agenda, and they're going to carry it out. And as you can see, Trump is playing a huge role in all this. You know, I always tell people Trump is directly connected to the Antichrist. I'm not saying he is the Antichrist, but he is very close. He's like the precursor to it, and all this stuff wouldn't be possible without him. I don't know if you noticed that magazine cover or article cover. There you go. That was in the guy's video, but as you could see right there, Rabbi saying, you know, this whole stuff with Gaza is pretty much leading up to the last days. Now, you got to actually read the article, which, lucky for you guys, I will show you right now the most important part of that article where he expands on this a little bit more. And this is a prominent, big-time rabbi who's saying these things. So let's take a look and see what the rabbi said about this situation. Take a look.
Trump's Gaza plan is the final task before the Messiah. But Rabbi Fish saw Trump's Gaza plan as part of a bigger picture. Everyone is focused on Gaza, but that is only one part of the end of days agenda, which has the Jews living in Israel's prophesied borders. Rabbi Fish said, the Torah explicitly includes Gaza. What Trump is doing is cleaning out Gaza of all the haters of Israel. They cannot be in Israel after the Messiah comes. After the Messiah, the only people who can be in the biblical borders of Israel are those who believe he is one and his name is one. This will include Gaza, half of Lebanon, and much of Jordan. And we see that we are almost there. Syria fell. Lebanon is half gone. Gaza is ripped up. The stage is nearly set for Messiah. And how can the Palestinians be here when we go to greet the Messiah? The Messiah needs someone to take care of this. And in this case, it is Donald Trump. Trump is merely carrying out the final tasks needed before Messiah is revealed, Rabbi Fish said.
There you have it. Well, how do you like that? This is needed to happen before the Messiah comes, and it's Donald Trump who's clearing it out. Oh yeah, just by clearing it all out, or what Bibi did, it was genocide, right? And you gotta clear these people who hate Israel. Well, maybe they wouldn't hate Israel so much if you guys weren't genociding them, right? But yeah, it's just evil what's happened there. But, this is all part of their prophecy. They want to clear out Gaza and retake the land. It was a land grab, really, and they're rebuilding it so, folks of that religion could come from all over the world and pretty much be put up there, and it's all part of this Zionist end times prophecy, right? Well, that's exactly what has happened, and now that the genocide has happened and it's been cleared out, well, now we see Trump said, I'm going to rebuild there and I'm going to make it a beautiful place and all this. And, it's crazy because Trump just put out, just like last week or 2 weeks ago, this very disgusting AI created video showing his plans with Gaza. And, nothing's coincidence with these people. So I'm going to show you this video of him and his billionaire pals and him and BB with all money flying everywhere, golden statues of Trump and all that, men dressed up like women with beards dancing around, which I find very ironic because Trump is all talking all this stuff against the trans community and all like that, but yet, well, you'll see in the video, it just doesn't make sense. It's very confusing what Trump is pushing, and it kind of looks like Trump is pushing himself as this Jewish Messiah. You will see in the video, but take a look.
Golden future, a brand new life. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza, #1. Set you free, bringing the light for all to see. No more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza, Trump Gaza, Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new life. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza, #1. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new life. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza, #1.
All right. So I don't know what was up with that, but all I can say is, see this was a very famous picture description in the Bible about King Nebuchadnezzar back in the day there with a big golden statue, and then you see Trump, golden statue, even with the same palm trees in the back. It's like, yeah, these people don't do anything by coincidence, okay? So as you can see, people are worshiping Trump, so it kind of looks like he's saying, hey, I am the Antichrist, right? But as you can see by this rabbi, which who knows, maybe he's not correct, and I personally think Trump is the precursor, but according to him, Trump is paving the way for the Messiah, aka Antichrist, right? So, like I said, I personally believe Trump is the precursor to it. I think the Jewish Messiah or Antichrist, whatever, is going to be bearing Trump as son. Okay, I have tons of videos on that. You guys already know if you follow me. Topic for another day anyways. I'm always making videos on it. But yeah, crazy stuff indeed. But I just found that disgusting, that they pretty much wiped out that place, and so many innocent people, including children, all had their lives ended, or they had to leave and all this kind of stuff, so him and his billionaire pals could make it into some kind of resort. And they're sitting there all happy, whatever. Okay, it's crazy stuff, but I just wanted to show you all this kind of stuff, to show you it's all very biblical stuff, all end times type stuff, all being manifested. And everybody's favorite hero, Zion Dawn, is 100% part of an end times plan, an end times agenda. It's just staring you in the face. So many people worship him like he's a hero, when he's pretty much the precursor, or the Antichrist himself, doing all the things the Antichrist was sent to do, pretty much. Or or the false prophet, or whatever you want to call it. Like I said, self-fulfilling prophecies all being manifested. But there are other kinds of prophecies out there, my friends. And these other kind of prophecies aren't necessarily self-fulfilling. They could be, but not all the time is a prophecy self-fulfilled or insider knowledge. There are genuine prophecies, especially that spiritual people tend to have. I know myself have had many prophetic dreams and visions in my life, and many people have, and they could tap into the Akashic records or into Source itself and see visions of the future, the past, all these crazy things, right? And what I'm going to show you next is a Hopi prophecy, okay, from the Hopi elder way back in the day, long time ago. But you'll be seeing a clip I'm going to play at the very end of today's video of 1972, I believe, when these Hopi elders are speaking at a UN meeting. It's going to give you the chills, okay? So I'm going to play a quick 1-minute clip just to give you a summary of it, then tell you what I think, then we'll play the full 10-minute clip, okay? So take a look at just this quick summary.
This is probably one of the weirdest things I've come across. There was this prophecy of a Hopi chief. This prophecy goes back to where before the white man was in America. He had this whole sketch. They didn't have a written language, but he predicted really crazy stuff. He said there's this separation at the end of this drawing. It could either be chaos or it could be the coming of the Great Spirit again. It boiled down to one individual. It is known that our true white brother, when he comes, will be all-powerful and will wear a red cap or a red cloak. He will bring with him the sacred stone tablets, with him 2 great ones. One will have the symbol, it looked like just an X. And when I read that, just chills went down me. He mentioned that one of these people, the man with the X symbol, he said he will be a man of great invention.
I'm just now understanding the X reference.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
When it talked about the sacred tablets, that was
we
weird to me.
we talked about the Mar-a-Lago.
We talked about the Mar-a-Lago Ark of the Covenant thing. It's just weird.
Yeah.
All right, as you can see, crazy stuff, man in the red hat. No, it's not me. You guessed it, it's Trumpsky, right? He's the man in the red hat, obviously. And it even sounds like they're describing Elon Musk as well. What the heck is up with that, right? And pretty much, as you're going to see in the video, this figure is said to come in towards the end of the cycle and pretty much start the process of the Great Purification or something like that. That things could go either really good or really bad, but we see what's going on in the world. It's not going in a good direction. They try and make it seem like it's good, but we know these agendas not so good with the AI takeover and all that kind of stuff, and these Zionist plans. You know it's not going to turn out good when the biblical prophecies are playing out too, Revelations. You know how that all ends up happening, right? But anyways, the purification, this man in the red hat is going to bring the beginning of the purification, which is pretty much a time of societal change where systems break down, collapse, and great disasters start taking place. And pretty much a purification is a purification, right? A lot of people are going to get purified off the face of the earth. A lot of people are going to be depopulated, you could say. And then the big event is going to happen. According to them, it's called there's a red star Kachina and then a blue star Kachina, which that's a whole nother topic for another day, and I am going to make a video on the red star and blue star Kachina. Of course, it's connected to Nibiru, the great solar flash and all that, but that's a topic for another day, as I said, so make sure you're subscribed for that. But pretty much before that, things are going to get really crazy and hectic. Everything's going to break down, right? And it's all going to start with the man in the red hat, leader of a powerful nation. Well, as you could see, it's 100% Trump. 100%. So just showing from multiple different prophecies, Trump is playing a huge role here. But with that being said, before I show you that video of the elder, I want to say, if you guys are feeling all like worried about the future, well, I believe this elder does say there will be a class of people, a group of people who were righteous and divine and, you know, weren't the evil people, and they're going to be just fine, believe it or not. And I tell you guys that all the time, that maybe the collective isn't looking so good, but the awakened one, the chosen ones, whatever you want to call it, the 144,000, which is just the ones who've chosen an organic ascension path and have had true spiritual awakenings and activations and kundalini and whatnot, and have chose to become the best version of themselves and all that. You're going to go on a totally different timeline. You're going to be divinely protected because you're going to be at a whole other frequency than what these other people are, and you're going to be filtered right over the simulation altogether when the blue star Kachina happens, okay? So, you know, don't freak out. Just observe what's going on in the world and just focus on becoming the best version of yourself. That doesn't mean ignore everything that's happening. We got to try and help out our fellow brothers and sisters. We got to expose the truth, you know, expose the agendas, because we got to play our role in all that as well. So that's very important. But very important, you become that best version of yourself. Heal all those unhealed parts of yourself and go down a true spiritual path and not choose to merge with AI and fall for all these lies and deception. Okay, my friends? And I believe those of us who do go down that path, we will be guided right over the simulation and go through an organic ascension. So don't freak out too much. There is hope for the individual. But yeah, let's take a look at that final video of what that Hopi elder has to say. But I'm pretty much going to leave you guys now, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As I said, subscribe to survive. If you enjoyed today's video, smash the like button. And yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys thought of today's video as well. I always love hearing everything. And now listen to what this elder has to say. And also pay attention. He talks about people raining from the sky, which is like aliens or interdimensional beings coming from the sky. You let me know what you think about that, but it's very interesting because I do believe that when Trumpsky is in office, possibly 2027 or sometime when he's there, the fake alien invasion, or who knows, maybe there'll be real aliens involved as well, or interdimensional beings, I should say, and AI, all that. I believe all that's going to pop off when he's in office, and it's funny because they're talking pretty much man in the red hat, people raining from the sky. Sounds like an alien invasion scenario or something like that. Project Bluebeam, whatever. Listen to what the elder has to say. This is 1972. Okay? 1972 he's saying these things. Lionel, signing off.
Things I was wondering about, who are those people that's going to purify this land? How are they going to do it? So they explained to me, we have a gourd rattle that we still use in our ceremony. And that gourd rattle represents the world. On one side, this figure is on the drawing. And another one is on this side. That'll be a gourd rattle. We still use them. But one old man told me, take a look. Whoever has this symbol in this world going to shake us up 2 times. And it just came to me quickly. And I wondered, what nation ever shown something similar to this one? Because they will be very intelligent people. They're going to produce many inventions of all types. They're going to be so powerful that they're going to use that to shake us up real hard. And they're going to almost destroy themselves. But later, out of it, a new generation is going to rise. This time they will know what to do in the right manner, for right purpose. Then around it, there's a sun symbol. Those people are very intelligent people that have that symbol. They have produced many things, invent many things, and they become powerful. And they also shake us up second time, with the help of another. These two have shook us up 2 times real hard, warning us. And they almost destroy themselves. But out of it, a new generation is coming, stronger, much better equipment, everything, powerful things going to be developed by these 2 people. Then the third one that will finally bring about purification of this land in this continent would be a man with red cap, red hat, or red cloak. Now, we do not know who that nation is or what people, but they say those people will have a large population, and they will also have much scientific inventions of all types. Very powerful nation going to be. So once he starts moving, these others 2 will join him with all their power and might. The 3 of them going to come here quickly together, and nothing can stop them. This time they're going to come right here. They say even they're going to come here so fast they come here for breakfast. Now this is nice clear day today, calm, everything nice. Tomorrow morning maybe we get up at breakfast time, then the whole sky will be darkened. Old man said, I don't know what will cause the darkening of the sky. Then he said the people will be raining from the sky. And in one day they're going to get control of this whole continent. And they're going to cut us up into 4 sections. And they're going to look for a leader that still remains, a native leader still remaining to the spiritual path. And to him they will gather people here to him. And they will say, now these people, I gave them the religion and the duty to produce things, to invent things, and to become powerful people. When they came here, what have they been doing to you? Now, suppose he was the last chief still remaining in this area. They will ask him, and they will say, well, those people have destroyed my people. They have taken care of and taken everything from my people, land, rivers, and hunting rights, and everything that I used. They just took it away from me against my opposition. Then those that have done that, what we call purification, would be the real wicked people. People who have taken advantage of them in that manner. These figures had no heads on them. That will be their supreme punishment. Because right in daylight, right in public, they're going to weed out those bad people, and they're going to chop their heads off, they said. And that is what they said will happen. That's first punishment. Then they say, what about these people here? And he will look at them and said, well, at least they make an attempt to help us. They did try to do something for to help us, protect us. And they will pull out all those people. They will know you can't get away. They said they'll have some means of catching you. And they will bring those people. There'll be a lot of those people. Then they will say, look, you have disturbed this land, life, these people. You have polluted their rivers and land and everything. Now you go and clean it up. And whoever survives out of that will be able to stay with the leader here. Then they say, what about these people? These people have really suffered, been persecuted and laughed at. They've been punished, and they've been beat up also, because they really stood by me. And they will pull out those people, and they will be brought to him, and they will be respected. That is what they say will happen at this period by the people that has this symbol and man with red cap and red cloak. They will come from each direction, from sun, where the sun rises. And they will come here quickly, and they will have something to paralyze all man-made machinery. Everything come to a standstill. All power will go out. All man-made machinery will come to a standstill. and we will be helpless when they just come and take it over. And this is what they will happen to by those people that are coming from the east direction. Now, if those people are commissioned by the Great Spirit to do that for the Great Spirit, if we can't clean it ourselves here, and if they fail, then the Great Spirit said there are another people coming from west direction. They'll be coming here for a long time. They're just taking this time. Slowly they're coming and building up more power, more people, more invention, and all that, and they just kept coming. If these people doesn't come here to purify this for the Great Spirit, then this one will come. And they said, when that happens, don't get them on the housetop and watch, because those people are coming from the west direction. There'll be millions of people coming up on the west coast, like ants crawling up on the land. And they will have no mercy for anyone. They'll be very cruel and severe. They're not going to ask questions. They're just going to whip everything as they come. They're going looking for someone that will hold on to this spiritual path here. They're going to do that. This is what they said is going to happen. With these two purifiers on both sides are coming to this continent here where we started from, and we came back. We just about to destroy ourselves, mess it up. We can't straighten ourselves up. Then these purifiers will have to do it. This is what they said will happen here. So whoever comes out, then we will meet the Great Spirit. But if not, if no one listens, then these elders, religious men, will go down into the kiva, go through a ceremony, then they go over a prayer to four corners of this earth, to the above and to the below, and said, all right, none of these, my children, my people have listened to me or helped me. Now you take over. That's when the cloud will rise like this. Lightning will strike 2 or 3 times all over this land. Like the old people said, if you have light power line in your house now, that power is going to run in and just blow up everything in there. And everything is going to happen when that lightning strikes. And so that's why some of these traditional people don't want power line into their village yet. They don't want to put it in their home. And then they also don't want running water inside of the house, because that's going to be so polluted one of these days. And that's going to be affected in some way when white man or whoever has the power, like the goat full of ashes, which you now interpret to be hydrogen bomb or atom bomb or whatever bomb they have now invented, so powerful that once that hit someplace, it's going to pollute everything. So these are the things that are explained clearly, and I can't really go into all that detail, but it brings up to date what we're facing today. I've seen many things happening along this line now that it's being fulfilled. So they told us, go as far as you can to explain some of these to as many people, because there is still a faith by our elders that someday our white brother somewhere or somebody's going to realize it or hear it and understand it, and they're going to search and they're going to find out this is true. They're going to start going around to try and correct this before the purifiers come.